Forests cover about 30% of the planet, out of which about 8% are rainforests. In essence, forested areas such as jungles are critical to life on Earth, as over half of the world's plants and animal species live in some type of jungle. Jungles have existed on Earth for millions of years. They are the oldest ecosystem on Earth and are believed to be home to more than 30 million species of animals and plants. But like everything else, there are also dangers in these ecosystems. If entered unprepared, these very life-saving jungles can contain the most dangerous and life-threatening elements known to man. From animal threats, to insect-based infections and water-related illnesses, life in the jungle is constantly in danger. But the question is, what happens if you find yourself lost in one? Is survival possible? Technically speaking, if you're heading to a jungle for trekking, recreation, work, or even study, you don't want to enter such an ecosystem unprepared. Jungles are hot and humid, be prepared to get wet. In tropical jungles, there is water everywhere and, because of the heat, your body will also sweat. Expect rain even during seasons when typically it doesn't rain. So plan very well, avoid humid seasons or rainy seasons when downpour is known to be excessive. Planning well over when to enter the jungle is half the battle. Planning when to enter, with the right items, can make a whole lot of difference. Remember that jungles are hot and humid, meaning it's also the place where insects thrive. That also means diseases like malaria, dengue fever, and others will definitely affect you. Study the routes you will be taking. Try and understand the area, the entry and exit points commonly taken, and get as much information about these things as possible. When decided, the first item of it all should be getting vaccinated against yellow fever, hepatitis A, typhoid, tetanus, and others. Consult your doctor for the part of the world you're heading to before your travel plans. Next important aspect of your planning should be your clothing. Jungles are wet and humid. If possible, bring along long-sleeved shirts, full pants that can protect you against insect bites. Ideally, your clothing should be breathable but also quick-drying, as jungle environments are typically wet, depending on the time of the year. Cooling towels, rain jackets, and undergarments are important as well. Sun hats are also useful to avoid the heat. Insect repellents and first aid kits are mission critical for such journeys. Typically, you want to ensure you're able to dress wounds and address infections. Bring along things like scissors, dressings, gloves, tweezers, aspirin, antibacterial wipes, foot powder, and antifungal treatment creams. You also want to bring along things that can treat blisters. Toiletries and cleaning aids are common items you would also need. Tools and accessories should be your next concern. Navigation tools are an imperative. While you can bring the GPS devices, there will not be any charging outlets available in such remote outlets, so avoid electrical navigation tools. Leverage on more old-school solutions. Learn to use maps of the location, compasses, and other such tools. Bring a machete, as dense jungle environments require a lot of hacking and slashing. With a walking stick, these tools can make a whole lot of difference between survival and success in a jungle. Some important items are also cooking tins, water storage tools that are durable, water-resistant fire-starting tools that will allow you to easily start a fire if needed and can last for as long as possible. Finally, always remember to inform the relevant authorities of your traveling route or a next of kin so that rescue, in case of a mishap, after a prolonged period of time is possible. What can you do if you're lost in a jungle? The process is a lot more easier than many realize. Like most things in life, remember to remain calm, composed, and take control of the situation. Avoid taking hasty decisions. Remember the stop rule, meaning, stop to give yourself the time to assess. Think about things you're being surrounded by. Observe clearly what's around you and ensure you've understood what's being seen and heard. Finally, plan your next steps ahead. In a jungle, never be in an unplanned situation, as things can get nasty very fast. One of the first decisions you have to take is if you stay put where you're lost or move ahead, and in which direction. Typically, you have to begin by assessing the landmarks. In a jungle, it is very easy to get seriously lost and navigate in circles, so ensure you leave obvious tracks or elements that can assist in better identification. Do not leave food crumbs, as you will only attract animals. The direction to which you head is important. Look for things like a water stream or river, because those will lead you to civilization. Animal trails are good starting points, as they usually lead to water sources. The wider the river, the more likely that it will lead you to people. Walk only during the day, as you will have a better awareness of direction and other potential dangers. Light fires in the night to deter animals and other unwanted elements. Follow things like animal trails, choose a direction and stick to that direction. Use a walking stick to prod the ground ahead to ensure you don't fall into a hole or enter a quicksand. Once you start moving, one of the primary things on priority should be water source, food source, and nighttime shelter. Prepare well ahead for the night, before the sun sets. For water, avoid stagnant pools at all costs, as it may contain diseases. Your priority should be water from running streams, and only after boiling the water to remove contaminants. Schedule a time of the day to replenish water and observe how long water from your storage apparatus lasts you. Collecting rainfall is a common way to hydrate yourself in a jungle which is clean. For food, obviously, if you're walking along a river or a large stream, fishing will be easier than heading into deep jungle. You should try and build a pronged fishing spear for easier fishing options. You can also build traps overnight ever you stop for the evening and check back for any game that may have been caught. Always remember to remove the entrails of what is caught. Cook by digging a short hole in the ground and ensure animal or fish is well cooked, as you can get ill-eating animals in the wild. Avoid large catfish which can bite you, or water sources that may contain piranhas or eels or crocodiles. Observe your environment carefully. Certain plants are poisonous to even touch, such as poison ivy. Do not eat white or yellow berries in the wild, as a general rule of thumb. Unless you're aware of the type of mushrooms there are, avoid eating mushrooms. Avoid everything thorny and spit out anything that is bitter or has a soapy taste. Avoid all food with almond smell, with milky or discolored sap, or those plants with seeds inside a pod. Always avoid plants with shiny leaves, plants with leaves in a group of 3, or plants with umbrella-shaped flowers. You should also avoid eating bright-colored insects, hairy insects, or insects that give out a pungent smell. However, beetles, worms and termites are often good source of protein. Walking in a direction of a vast water stream or river, with hydration and with some degree of nutrition, will greatly enhance your survival chances. In the night, try not to sleep without lit fires, as animals and snakes will be attracted to your location. Try and find a high ground for the evening away from water sources, as cold air may settle there at night. Find flat areas, or dig these areas to divert water. Try and find areas near trees that can break the pace of the wind. Build 45-degree structures to give you the necessary coverage. Lean-to shelters are very common, where you can use a tree as support of your structure. Use dead leaves, branches, and other such things to give you support. Plastic, poncho, or leaves can give you the necessary shelter. Keep moving. Avoid areas that you cannot see 10 meters ahead. Avoid touching plants that can cut you. Try and treat all wounds as soon as possible before they get aggravated. Most importantly, try to keep yourself dry as much as possible. Using a walking stick allows you to clear snakes on your path. Keep walking along the river and eventually you will reach civilization. Keep calm, hydrated, and nourished until you find help or help finds you. Stay healthy and safe, until the next important life fact from the Factuality team.